Yo, what's good, everyone? Just getting back from school, and I figured today, why not do a 2025 arrow setup? I had a TikTok do pretty well going over the same thing, so I figured, why not just bring it to YouTube, hopefully enlighten and inform y'all, as well as get educated on my side. I love to learn, and if there's something wrong with my arrow setup or something y'all would recommend, comment down below, because I love to learn and I want to know what's right. So let's go grab the arrows and get into it. Alright everyone, let's get into my 2025 arrow setup. So if y'all been following me, or if you're a new follower and just starting to get to know me, y'all know I like my stuff to be nice, but thought through and work. Which is why I went with the VAP TKOs. So if y'all been in the archery scene for a while, y'all know that Victory's been taking a big hold on the archery industry, especially when it comes to arrows. The VAP and RIP series, I mean, they've been very popular throughout the hunting scene for sure. I went with the VAP TKOs, so they're a 4mm, and the RIP TKOs are a 5mm. But if you know, Victory makes it a really nice arrow, a very straight arrow, and a high quality arrow. They're carbon arrows, but they're very durable. They fly very true, and these are just really well thought through. I mean, not only are they durable, but they look good, and they have some convenience features, like I believe it's called their ice coating technology, where it's a thin layer of coating they put on their arrows to make it easier to go in and out of targets as well as animals. But not only that, there's a wide range of spines you can get. These are 300 spines. My bow, it's only 60 pounds. I may bump up to 70 pounds, but I'm rocking the 300 spines. But like I was saying, these arrows are really thought through. So on most Victory series, they're going to have a spinal line on them. So when the bow tech is building the arrows, they know where the spine is most true. But also you can kind of be aware, okay, my spinal line's up here. Maybe if they're set up correctly, my spine will always be facing towards the top of my bow every time I knock a new arrow. So those are just some cool features on the arrows. Like I said, I like my stuff to be nice, but I like it to be thought through and worth the money, because I mean, these things could be $1,000, but if they're no better or there's nothing innovative about them, why get them? Besides saying you have $1,000 arrows. So the reason y'all are here is y'all want to see my 2025 arrow setup. So let's go ahead and get into the nitty gritty on my arrows. So starting with the overall specs, these are uncut. These are 31-inch arrows. My draw length is 31.5 inches, so I needed every inch I could get out of these. They're a 300 spine, and I believe the GPI on these is 8.7, so my total weight with the outsert and broadhead is going to be around 423 grains. These are the VAP TKOs, and they're made by Victory. So starting in the back, I'm running a white wrap. This is a Legacy archery wrap. It's my local pro shop. If any of y'all guys over there are watching, thank y'all for taking care of me and just being great mentors and always taking care of me and my family when we're up there at the bow shop. But yeah, we're rocking the Legacy archery wrap, and then I honestly don't know the names of these vanes because Legacy Archery made these, but I'm running a 4-fletch white fletchings in the back. And then for the knock, I'm just rocking a standard high-vis green knock. Now moving on to the front, these are 4mm arrows, so I'm going to be running outserts. So the outsert is 50 grains, and then my broadheads are going to be 100 grains. So we got 150 grains out front with the arrows. So I'm not sure what the true FOC is on these, but I imagine it's pretty good having that weight out there. But yeah, overall, it's a killer setup. Like I said, 423 grains roughly of the weight on these arrows. They fly really well, and these are going to be a good all-purpose arrow. I mean, you could hunt axis, mule deer, whitetail, hogs, and really any smaller big game animal out there. With them being 4mm, you northern and western guys out there hunting, let's say mule deer or any other western species, these are going to be really good for those longer distance shots because they are 4mm, so they're going to have less surface area for the wind to grab onto them. And overall, I'm just a big fan of the 4mm. They're going to be lighter, be less affected by weather, and overall I just think I'm just a big fan of the 4mm. However, you're hunting big game like caribou, elk, moose, I would not recommend 4mm. They're gonna be a little too weak to me. I know of guys who have used them, but most guys, when they're doing bigger game, they're gonna be doing 5mm plus. But yeah, like I said, overall, big fan of the 4mm. And any of you archery guys out there, since 4mm run outserts, with that outsert being wider than the arrow itself, does that help with cavitation and blood loss and penetration? But because you're gonna have something that's bigger pushing through, and then you got the arrow behind it, so in a way, isn't the cavity gonna be bigger than, let's say, a 4mm without an outsert? It's just something I'm curious about and something I thought about. But yeah, that's my 2025 arrow setup. I'm gonna fling a couple arrows downrange. YouTube, if you're watching, I am over 18 and both of my parents are watching right there. So let's fling a couple arrows down there and then I'll outro this video. And overall, the group was not too good. Missed a dot right there. This one was good. I mean, these are close, but this one, that was all my fault. That was my bad. But there's a little bit of a group right there. But I hope y'all liked this video. I hope it was informative. If there's anything you would change or critique on my arrow setup, comment it down below. And just stay tuned for more outdoor themed content. I'm probably gonna do a bow setup here soon, as well as continue to do all my fishing stuff. So if any of that interests you, subscribe down below, and thanks for watching. See y'all.